AITA for being mad my husband chose divorce on his terms after I told him to accept my affair or leave. I'd been seeing someone from work for about 5 months. Just casual at first, then it got more serious. My husband and I had been growing apart for years. He worked constantly, barely talked to me anymore, and I felt invisible in my own house. This other guy actually listened to me, made me feel alive again. I didn't plan to tell my husband like this. But one night after a few drinks, I just came out with it. I said I wanted an open marriage. He stared at me and asked how long I'd been thinking about this. I told him it wasn't just thinking. I'd already been with someone else and I wasn't going to stop. He went completely silent. Just sat there on the couch looking at his hands. Finally, he said, "So what are you saying?" I told him straight up. Either he accepts this new arrangement or I'm filing for divorce. His choice. He asked for time to process. Said he needed a few weeks to think. I figured that was fair enough. I mean, it was a big change. Here's where I might have messed up. I kept seeing the other guy. Brought him to the house a couple times when my husband was home. I wasn't trying to rub it in his face or anything. I just figured if we were doing the open marriage thing, then there was no point hiding it anymore. My husband would go to the bedroom and close the door. Never said anything about it. After about 3 weeks, he asked if we could talk. Sat me down at the kitchen table real calm and said he'd made his decision. Then he slid a folder across to me. Divorce papers. Filed on grounds of adultery. Attached were audio recordings, timestamps, everything. Turns out he'd been recording everything since the night I told him. Every conversation. Every time I brought someone home. All of it. I started yelling at him about invasion of privacy and he just said, "You told me yourself in our home that you were cheating. You brought men here while I still lived here. I documented what you did openly." Then he told me he'd already sent copies of everything to HR at my company since I'd been sleeping with a coworker. Also sent it to my parents, my siblings, my aunt and uncle, pretty much everyone in my family. My phone started blowing up within an hour. My mom called me a disgrace. My dad won't even speak to me. My sister sent me a text that just said, "How could you?" Work put me on administrative leave pending investigation for the relationship with my coworker since apparently I'd violated some policy I didn't even know existed. The guy I was seeing blocked me on everything. Didn't want any part of the drama. My husband moved out 2 days later. Didn't take much, just his clothes and personal stuff. Left me in the house with the mortgage I can't afford on my own, especially now that work isn't paying me. His lawyer sent a letter saying he's going for an at-fault divorce, which means I probably won't get alimony. Maybe not even a fair split of assets because of the adultery thing depending on the state laws. I tried calling him to talk but he won't answer. Sent him texts saying we could work this out and he replied once. "You gave me a choice, accept it or you're gone. I'm choosing gone, but on my terms." My friends are split. Half think he's a psycho for recording me without permission. The other half think I got what I deserved. I don't know. I mean, yeah, I cheated, but he basically destroyed my whole life over it. Got me suspended from work, turned my family against me, and now I'm probably going to lose everything in the divorce. Was I really that wrong here?